How's it going, guys? Linux Daily back with another live stream. Today we'll be taking a look at Zorin OS. I am running the i3 window manager on this one because I was having a issue with the Plasma desktop environment right before the stream, so this is my last resort. So, never done one in i3, so let's see how this goes. I do all my YouTube recording and all that on Plasma. So, Zorin OS, your computer easier, more secure, more beautiful. Zorin OS is an alternative to Windows and Mac OS designed to make your computer faster, more powerful, and secure. There's a download link right there. What happens if you scroll down? So we get their feature on CNET, TechRadar, PC World, and yeah. So, looks like it comes with a couple desktop environments. Maybe, I'm not 100% sure. Zorin OS environment. It's easy to do just about anything on your computer. Zorin appearance lets you change your desktop to resemble. I honestly don't know which one it comes with. It might have their own, actually. And then safe from viruses, a world of apps and games, take back your privacy, and then all this other stuff. Alright, I already downloaded it, but let's take a look at their download page. Let's go to download Zorin. So it looks like they come with two different options from what I did. I did not take that much of a look at this website other than the downloads. So it looks like there's featuring some games. The ultimate experience. So it looks like, yeah, here's the first option. Looks like it's you get the support. I think this is the one that costs money. Yeah. Unity. So it includes the Unity most likely. And then this is the one I downloaded, Zorin Core, because I didn't have the funds to actually buy Zorin OS, which is that one, the ultimate. So Zorin Core, it features LibreOffice, useful accessories and utilities, safe from PC viruses and malware, but that's like every Linux distribution pretty much. But you still can. Windows and GNOME 3 desktop layouts. And then it looks like you can do a pay what you want, kind of like an elementary OS kind of thing. So you pay 0, 10, 25, or a custom amount. And then there's Zorin Lite. I forgot about this one. I didn't actually see this one at all. But it looks like just a lightweight version of Zorin. Then Zorin OS Education, I did not know about those. So that was their website. I don't know what it's built off of yet. I'll probably find that out pretty soon. But I'm gonna blank out the screen and get the VirtualBox booted up. Just hold on a second. It's kind of a lot more difficult than it would be on my. Alright, so here we are, Zorin OS 12. You can try without installing, install, check disks for defects, test memory, and boot from the hard disk. Let's actually install it really quick. When it was booting up, it had the little USB sign. It looks like it's built off of Ubuntu, I would guess, because all the Ubuntu distributions and distributions built off of it have that little USB key at the bottom when it first initially boots. So it is still booting up. I have never touched this distribution before. So, don't know what it's doing right now. Looks like we got a mouse cursor. It's loading something. Alright, so we are at the install. Yeah, this looks really similar to the Ubuntu installer. I'm going to pick English, of course. Then download updates while installing. Why not? I don't think... Well, yeah, let's just install that because let's take a look at everything that comes installed with it. Then there's nothing on the virtual hard disk, so I'm going to click install now. Then yes, write those changes. And then it should be installing. Actually, no, we're going to have to pick our location. I'm just going to leave it at default. There is a little bit of latency. Yep, QWERTY keyboard. Click continue. Then here's where you enter your credentials. So my name's Linux Daily. There you go. Very secure password. And then, yep, require my password to log in. And then there's encrypt my home folder. So there's that option. I am not going to encrypt it though, for the purpose of the stream. Now it's at the point where it's copying files. I do not know how long that's going to take. While that's going on, I'm going to pull up a Firefox and look at their About section, see if it's actually built on, what's it? Ubuntu, actually. If Firefox will load. Actually, never mind. I don't think it's going to load. So it's still copying files. Yeah, i3 does some weird things when it comes to virtual machines and full screening, so I will not be able to full screen this one. Otherwise, the whole thing goes away. Like, you can't see the virtual machine anymore, which is kind of weird. So it's still copying files. I do not know how long it's going to take. I probably should have went to try Zorin without installing, because I may have been able to just go on their website right from the virtual machine. Let's see if we can click this arrow. Yeah, so it shows you a little terminal window down here. What is it all doing? So it looks like there's fail to load module. So I don't know if that's good or bad. If that's normal, I'm not sure. I do not know how long this is going to take. Just from default, it's really nicely themed, just from the little time I've spent with it in this stream. So it's still chugging along. I'm gonna actually seriously try to get my Firefox window opened. Alright, that's weird. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna open for some reason. Like I said, the i3 doesn't really like virtual machines, what I've come to learn from that, from experience. But it's actually almost getting close to being done. I'm blinking the screen there. Now, if a whole bunch of Firefox windows opens up, I apologize. Usually it opens up instantly on i3, but I don't think it's going to this time. Looks like there's just a very little amount left. I have around 6 gigs of RAM allocated to the virtual machine, and I forgot the hard disk size. I think it's like 40, I would imagine. So let's actually see what's going on again. And it still failed to load that. The overlay scroll bar. Now it's doing stuff with Python programming language. It's neat how they're using Py to install stuff. Python. So it's installing the system now, so I don't know if that's how long that's gonna take. Alright, now it's speeding up. Scanning the mirror and then retrieving some more files. Just from looking at it, it looks really nice. Like, I wouldn't change too much with it as is, but we will get to looking at the theming options, because they said it's pretty highly customizable. So let's see that in person. Yeah, it's moving along pretty quickly now. This is like post installation stuff. I do plan on actually doing a series where I install various Linux distributions on actual hardware. I'm working on a PC build to get that job done. So that should be coming in the near future. So it's configuring hardware, but in our case it's all software. Looks like there's a wing panel from GNOME, it looks like, up here. Live user session. Okay, so I want to take a look at this stuff when we get to the actual installation. It is really close to being done, it looks like. Just removing some stuff. Let's hope my microphone doesn't get unplugged in this stream like it did last time. The cord just fell out. So that's what that issue was. So everything seems to be working pretty well on i3. I like the KDE Plasma desktop environment better for video production and stuff like that. So it's running just the post-installation stuff. So I want to take a look at their About section pretty soon once it gets it installed, since Firefox doesn't want to open back up with the virtual machine running. because I have it set to mod I to open the web browser. This is actually a fairly large ISO file. I'm gonna go double check and see how big the file was. Go in my downloads. I'm working on another monitor right now, so where did it go? Zorin OS. Let's take a look at the properties. 1.6 gigabytes. That's actually not that big, actually. I forgot. Normal. For some reason, I thought, yeah, never mind. So it looks like our installation is complete, actually. So we're going to restart. Here's our Zorin OS. Boot screen, probably. Alright, no, actually. Remove the medium, and then press enter. So what that means is I'm going to go here, optical drives, and remove. Well, it looks like it automatically removed it, so there we go. That was nifty. So it's going to boot back up. These messages always make me angry. They pop up every 2 seconds. So we are booting into our system. Alright, here we go. Zorin OS. Here's our user. It doesn't look like the background quite loaded yet, unless it's supposed to be a bunch of dots like that. Type in our very secure password. I saw the little gear icon, like what you click if you're going to run another desktop environment, so later on we should check that out as well. Here we are with Zorin. Alright. So this is a really Windows-like feel. Really similar to Windows. So it looks like, alright, I don't know what the white flash was there. So let's take a look at their installed applications with the Zorin core. Activity journal, calculator, clocks, documents, files, the map, photos, a text editor, weather. What is this text editor? Jedit, okay. For games, so we get actually a couple games installed. To get Solitaire. I'm not going to attempt to pronounce that. Mines. And then Quadrapuzzle. What is this? Oh, it's Tetris. Yeah, it comes with Tetris. So that is really cool. I'm not that good at Tetris. Yeah, so it does come with Tetris. Pre-installed. So that is neat. And then Sudoku, whatever that is. It's that number game. Graphics. GIMP, LibreOffice, and Simple Scan. Internet, you get Chromium, Empathy, Geary, and then Zorin web browser. Oh, so it lets you install different web browsers. I'm just going to keep it at Chromium. Your Office suite, you get calendar, contacts and your rest of the LibreOffice stuff right there. Sound and video, you get Brasero, which is the DVD burning utility. Cheese webcam booth. Pativi, is this a movie player? Most likely is. Oh no, it looks like a video editor. Yeah, this looks like a video editor. That's neat how that is pre-installed. And then videos, that's your video player. And then Rhythmbox as a music player. System tools, additional drivers, backups, disks, input method, online accounts, settings, software and updates, software updater, startup applications, startup disk creator, Windows wireless drivers, and then Zorin appearance. We're going to take a look at that Zorin appearance. Archive, which one is this? Utilities, archive manager backups, characters, disk usage analyzer, disks, document viewer, font viewer, help, an image viewer, logs, password, and keys. Is this a password manager? I think this is just a password manager. I did not mean to open up the software updater. Where were we? Utilities, screenshot, system monitor, terminal. So let's actually check something. Actually, no. I'm gonna install this one. Yes, it does include app, so I'm pretty sure it's an Ubuntu based distribution. And then we get the Penguin. So it is using GNOME right now. Weird, because it does not look like GNOME at all. Is this thing still open? Remind me later. Yep, we finished that one. And then Wine. It comes pre-installed with Wine. And Play on Linux. So now that we got that, let's check out the wherever that I think it was under System Tools. Yeah, Zorin Appearance. Now that's a really Windows-like feel. So I just shrunk it a little. Here's more of your classic GNOME kind of stuff. Yeah, this is more of a GNOME. This is more of a GNOME feel. I'm gonna put it back to the more of a Windows kind of feel. Theme. So this changes the color scheming of your Zorin. I'm going to keep it at the default because I like that one the best. So we can make it purple. Like text purple. Which is kind of neat actually. Others. High contrast. Shell theme. Icons. And you can pick a different icon themes actually. Fonts. And then panel. Alright, so that moves the taskbar or whatever you want to call it. Height. Oh, so that raises how high the bar is or how low the bar is. Opacity. That is actually kind of neat. The clear. Then you also have a show desktop button, just like in Windows, which is really neat. Let's go take a look at their settings under System Tools, Settings. So you also have a Zorin appearance in the settings as well. You could set up a Wacom tablet. So it's pretty much your standard settings applet, just like in every other Linux distribution. So yeah, get a bunch of useful applications. It's really well off Linux distribution. If you're coming from Windows, it's near perfect how it's all laid out, nearly exact like a Windows 7. Like it looks really similar to Windows 7. So let's actually boot up a Chromium browser and take a look at the Zorin OS website. So can we actually search from here? That is neat how they did that, actually. I'm going to go look at their About section. Zorin OS was started in 2008 with one goal: to bring the most advanced technology into the hands of everyone. We believe in creating a product which is open to you. You can take control of your technology, not the other way around. So there's that. Why Zorin OS? It just pretty much kind of says the stuff up there. Funding, you could donate to them there. You can contact us there. Contact them, actually, not me. You could sign up for a newsletter, all in there. So I sell, actually, software. So let's take a look at these, So, okay. So this looks like a custom, what is it? A custom, software manager. I couldn't get the word out. So I don't see, let's just type in games. See what comes up. Kind of froze up a little, looks like. Yeah, it looks like it froze up. The software manager. Typing it again, maybe? Let's type in something else, like utility. So the search thing doesn't really work, it looks like. This might be a virtual machine thing. I don't know. So let's click this one. It looks like a Space Invaders. I'm not familiar with this installer. So you could perform OS updates right from the software manager, which is neat. So I saw some other ones under the system tools as well. Software and updates, software updater. So what is this one? Oh. Looks like you could manage your repositories, it looks like. Yeah. Looks like this is like you can download additional drivers or select different repositories to use. So the icon theme is pretty much the same. Okay, so that's the wine, Windows, what do you call it? It lets you play the Windows games on Linux. You get your LibreOffice. Let's actually use this to install a different web browser. See how well that works. We're going to install Firefox. I would try to install some software from the software manager, but it seems to be a little buggy. Might be because of the virtual machine, because I can't really search anything. I'll just type in like Steam. So something came up. I'm gonna install this one because I know what it is. So installing from that, the software manager is pretty self-explanatory as well. Let's minimize that and remove Chromium. So it is. So that was actually really easy to do it right from the web browser manager. So I saw on the wait, before we log out. So that is installed. So when we were logging in, there's this. So let's type in, click that, type in our password again, and see what the Zorin desktop is. So it looks exactly the same, so they do the same thing. I didn't know if it was a different desktop environment or not. Alright, so here is a better view of it actually. There's more stuff this time. So then we can click like development tools. So you can get some IDEs, it looks like. So let's just click all. Wait for it to load. Yeah, so there you go with that. I don't know why it didn't load up the first time, like all of this other stuff down here. So this is actually a lot better than I initially thought it was, because it actually decided to load. Yeah, so there's a lot of software you can download. There's an antivirus. So there's 2 of them. I saw the caffeine utility up there. Prevents your computer from going into sleep mode. Right here. A lot of nice looking utilities. Let's go look at the games section. Click all. It does take a little bit to load. So here's all the games. So you can download Discord right from there. And also the DOSBox emulator. So you can run DOS games on that. Yeah, just a lot of other different utilities. I don't know if Steam's actually on the what you call it, the software manager. I don't think it was. Yeah, I don't think it is. So it looks like LibreOffice has an update. LibreOffice 5.1.6. See how easy it is to install the update. Just click install. Yeah, so that's really neat. You just install it right from there. So it has Geary as your email client instead of Thunderbird, which is weird. Usually Thunderbird comes with all the a lot of the distributions. Science Office, Internet Audio Graphics System. What's under the system ones? What can I expect from that? You get a lot of file managers and hypervisors. It looks like. You can install the GW package installer, GNOME system monitor, console, which is another terminal. Yeah, it's just pretty much system utilities, pretty much. So that is neat. You got file managers, Dolphin, Enlightenment. So that's the system utilities. Graphics. Yes, you get Blender, GIMP, and what you would expect. So that's what you would expect out of the software manager. Otherwise, you can go to the terminal, and then there should be. It has apt. So we installed the well, I guess it didn't work. The SL. So it looks like it's still locked from the thing. So that was a pretty good overview of Zorin OS 12. You could theme it to look closer to a Mac, or you could keep it with the Windows kind of feel to it. Under the cannot type today. Under Zorin appearance, you could have it look like regular GNOME, or you can go with a more of a traditional Windows kind of style to it. I'm going to make the opacity a little darker. So that's what it looks like around stock Zorin. So there is the live stream for today, Zorin OS 12. My thoughts on it, it's really good. They keep saying it's really secure, but with Wine, if you downloaded a Windows virus, it most likely would be able to execute under Wine, which is bad. So that's one thing. Other than that, I think it's a really strong operating system built off of Ubuntu. So that was my thoughts on that. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Thank you for watching.